Hello everybody and welcome back to whatever the hell this is. Yep, it's my garage again. Seriously, trying to find somewhere to film in a house where there are 3 other adults and 1 cat is notoriously difficult. Don't judge me. I've already removed as much of the background as I possibly can so you're not distracted by that. Although why you would be distracted by a few planks of wood is beyond me. First off though, I do want to say thank you to the 10 people who have subscribed to our channel already. Thank you so much. It is such a small milestone in the grand scheme of things, but it is a milestone nonetheless. So thank you very much if you are one of the 10 people who have subscribed to my channel. If not, you're totally missing out. Click here and you can subscribe to our channel and you can keep an eye on whatever me and Shantae feel like doing. It is also fan t-shirt Sunday. So my fan t-shirt for today is the Dan and Phil t-shirt. I feel like I haven't given them a lot of love recently. I've been looking at other bands and YouTubers and stuff, so it's nice to go back to my roots and where all the fandom began. And yeah, so that's why I'm wearing a Dan and Phil t-shirt. Plus I've been binge watching all of their videos on YouTube, but you don't need to know that. You're probably doing that as well. Anyway, here it is! Here is my Edinburgh vlog! Yay! I have finally pulled my finger out of wherever it was and filmed a decent Edinburgh vlog. Now, I've said it before, the last time I tried to film this vlog on my old camera, it went really fuzzy. So now I've got a brand new spanky new camera, which I can't stop talking about because it cost a lot of money. I can now film a decent vlog, yay, woohoo! So let's crack on with it. I just want to warn you from the off that this vlog will be different sizes at different times, I think, because I filmed it on about 4 different cameras and I'm not a professional yet. I hope to be one day, so please pardon the crappy filming. So let's get started. Now, the reason I go to Edinburgh is I've got my best friend who lives up there with her 2 sons. I go and visit them about maybe 5 times a year, whenever I can get the time off work, really, because I'm really busy. So whenever I find a nice gap, I go, right, okay, I'm going to go then, I'm going to go to Edinburgh, I'm going to see the sights, I'm going to see my friend and her family, and yeah, just have a really good time. And for reasons which I'll explain later, I decided to go in August time. My future past self, I'm going to get confused here, and as a Doctor Who fan, time is a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff anyway, so my future past self will be talking about that later on. I started the vlog from the night before, so you'll be able to see me then in my sort of semi-tired, semi-annoyed state of having to pack. But in the meantime, yeah, enjoy my trip to Edinburgh. Bye! Hi everybody, it's Jenna. I thought I would try another one of these travel vlogs. I am on my own for this one, as Shantae is all the way across the world in Australia. Lucky her. For those of you who don't know, or maybe don't live in the UK, every summer, especially in August, there is a giant festival in Edinburgh, which is in Scotland. It is called the Fringe Festival. That may sound a bit weird to people who don't live in this country or who don't know about the festival. It is not a festival about haircuts. It is the world's largest arts festival. It's not just art, it's drama, theatre and my personal favourite, stand-up comedy. Which I'll be going to see a lot of while I'm up there. So as of this moment right now, I am packing because my train leaves tomorrow morning. I am very excited. I have got a new suitcase to take with me. You might not be able to see it's up there. I'm looking forward to see my friends and I'm looking forward to going to gigs as well because I'm always happy when I've got a gig to go to. I will hopefully see you in the morning. Morning everybody, it is around 7:45. My train leaves in a couple of hours. I managed to get some sleep. I'm talking really quietly because people are still in bed, but I'm excited because I'm right here. The journey to Edinburgh took about 3.5 hours. I usually get a direct train, so I know I don't have to get off and get back on and get off and get back on, just because I've got this irrational fear of missing my train. So anything I can do to make that easier, so that I can just sit down and be like, right, okay, I don't have to get off for so long, is a real benefit to me. And when I finally got up there, I was really excited to see my friends. This is a view of Edinburgh Waverley Station. It's the main station of Edinburgh. Bearing in mind it is the very middle of the Fringe Festival, so it was very busy.
I've made it to Edinburgh. I am just in the lift going down to the platform.
Here I am on the train out of Edinburgh to the village where my friend lives. We have to go over Forth Railway Bridge, which is the bright red bridge across the Firth of Forth that takes you over the other side of Scotland. It doesn't do anything for my fear of heights, but it does have fantastic views, which I'm quite proud of filming there. After all that travelling, I was quite tired and hungry, so the sooner I get there, the better. Once I got off the train and got to my friend's house, I started the laborious task of unpacking. This is when I realised that I packed far too much stuff. I was planning to only stay for the 5 days, but I ended up staying for 7, and I still had far too much stuff. I don't know what it is. I think I've just got a fear of it. Well, I'd rather have it in my suitcase just in case I need it, rather than not having it. So I'd rather be safe than sorry, if that makes sense. I mean, God knows why you'd need a label maker, but I chucked it in there anyway.
Hi everyone. I made it to Scotland. As you've already seen, I'm at my friend's house now. My iPad is currently giving me lightage, so if it keeps changing, I do apologise. But I'm going to go to bed now because I've had a really busy day, but tomorrow should be a really good day. We're off to the Fringe Festival.
Day 2 started a bit late. I got up later because I was just so tired from the night before, and her bed is really comfy, so I decided to stay in for a bit. We didn't do much during the day, but Sarah had booked for us to go and see our favourite comedian that night, so we knew we had to get ready.
Hi everybody. Haven't checked in with you today because I've had a bit of a chill day. We are all currently getting ready to go out to the Russell Howard gig at the Fringe, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Here I am going over the Forth Road Bridge. My friend Sarah and I have been fans of the comedian Russell Howard for as long as our friendship has been. We knew that he was going to the festival quite early on, and that's why Sarah booked it for us. It was a really small, intimate venue. It's great to see someone as world class as that in a really small venue and try out new material, so you know that you're the first audience to see it. When we actually got into Edinburgh, we were a little bit late, so we had to run from the car to the Fringe office to get the tickets to the venue, and we were almost late, but we got there just in time. When the gig finished, we decided to go for something to eat. After we left the all-world buffet, we decided to go somewhere called the Pleasance. Now, this is the Pleasance here. It is meant to be part of University campus, which is outside of the Fringe Festival. But when you go to the Fringe Festival, it's all lit up with a nice bar and a nice sheltered area for you to sit and soak up the atmosphere of the Fringe, so we enjoyed a couple of drinks there before heading home.
Morning everybody, it is day 3 of my Edinburgh adventure. Last night was absolutely brilliant. I had a really good time at the gig, and we all went out for drinks and food. The food was amazing. We went to an all-you-can-eat buffet, so that was absolutely gorgeous, and then we had a right nice walk into the Pleasance, which I'm sure you've just seen. Today's plans, we're just going to chill out for a bit because we don't have a lot to do, and we've got another gig to go to tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. I will keep you updated.
The plans that we'd made to chill for the most of the day before we went to the gig at night went completely out the window. We decided to take my youngest godson to a place called South Queensferry, which is just the other side of the bridge from where my friend lives. I took some stunning photos of the Firth of Forth, which you can see here. It's a little seaside-y sort of small town where there's like fish and chip shops and little boutiques and little book shops. So it was really sort of oldie worldy. But it was really nice to see that an area of Scotland that has a nice beach, rocky feel. It made a nice change. And then we had to head home, of course, to get ready for the second gig of the festival. We headed into town ready for the gig. We got there extremely early, which makes a big change from our earlier experience on the Monday of being late. So we decided to fill that time by having a few drinks. And when I say a few, I mean a few of these. Yeah, maybe not the best idea. When we managed to stumble our way to the venue, it was already packed, there were loads of people lining up, and we thought, oh no, we're not going to get a decent seat. So we headed over to the bar for one last drink before we went in, and lo and behold, there Daniel was. I managed to get a few pictures with him. Yeah, to meet someone off the television is always sort of a humbling experience. As a fangirl myself, I know what it's like when the heart starts racing and stuff. So yeah, it was really nice to meet him and have a little chat to him and tell him how much he'd made me laugh, especially the year before, and how much I was going to laugh this year. Of course, I knew he'd be funny, and he didn't let me down. We managed to meet him twice. We met him before the gig and we met him after the gig as well. And we took this photo after the gig, which is me, my two friends and him himself. Thank you to the people who he was staying with who took that photograph. I don't think I said thank you to you, but thank you very much. It's a really nice memoir for me to have. After that, we stumbled home and we went to bed because we were tired. On Wednesday, me and Sarah took my godchildren to Dunfermline, which is a city roughly about the size of maybe Wakefield if you're from around where I am, maybe not. But it has, yeah, a few shops, a few restaurants, a few places to visit, and we decided with it being such a nice day, it would be nice to have a bit of a walk around and have a bit of a chat. I also got to pick my birthday presents from Sarah. I got some Yankee candles. So my room smells very nice now. Thank you very much, Sarah. And then we had Domino's for tea, which is just perfection. Thursday started off with a lie-in, and part of my job means that I have to get up quite early in the morning, so any opportunity of a lie-in is really welcome. And then we decided to go to McDonald's for breakfast. I know, I have such a healthy diet. In the afternoon we wandered into Edinburgh with the kids. We went up the Royal Mile, which is the main focus point of the festival. It's where all the buzzing happens, like there's lots of crowds and things. And we stopped to see a street performer who was juggling flaming knives and swallowing fire. It's a great atmosphere on the Royal Mile. So if you're ever in Edinburgh during the Fringe Festival, go there because that's where all the magic happens. Before I headed up to Edinburgh, I promised Sarah that I would help her with something, which ultimately was my downfall because I'm not very good at this thing, shock horror, but I said that I would help anyway because I'm a good friend. We decided to wallpaper one of Sarah's walls. It went pretty well, actually. We were quite proud of that. Somebody else helped us and helped us put all the paste on the paper and on the wall and hang the paper. I know it sounds quite simple, but when you have to match all the paper together, it can be quite confusing. I'm going far too much into this, but anyway, here's the finished result. I think that you'll find that it's not to professional level, but I think it'll do. I was sick of the sight of that wallpaper by the end of it, but hey, I did a nice thing, so we sat down with a glass of wine to celebrate. On Friday, the Scottish weather really lived up to its name. It absolutely drenched us. It was raining, it was thundering, it was lightning, and it was one of those days where you just want to sit and curl yourself up into a ball and watch Netflix, so that's exactly what we did. I also managed to ring my parents and get on FaceTime with them. They also get to see me with my godsons, which is a privilege that my parents haven't had yet. They've met my first godson, but not my second one. Saturday was the day of the big night out, and what Sarah failed to tell me was that the place that we were going to, or the pub in the local town of Dunfermline, was having a Christmas party. Yeah, you heard me right, Christmas. In the middle of August. Yeah. But when we got there, it was really well decked out. There was tinsel, the staff were all dressed up, there were trees. There was also a snow machine, which wasn't actually a snow machine, it was more of like a washing up bubble maker. But anyway, we had a few drinks, we had a good time, we had a bit of a laugh, we had a bit of a dance, and yeah, it was a really nice last night of my trip to Edinburgh. When I eventually got into bed, I just went straight to sleep because I knew I'd be really busy and I had a lot to focus on the day after. Sunday was my final day in Edinburgh and I had to collect all of my things from all around the house to pack, because of course you can never leave things on the floor when there are 2 under 3s hanging around, and it didn't help that the oldest took a liking to my suitcase, so packing was a bit of a challenge, but I managed to fit it all in there again. We headed into Edinburgh and met some of my godson's family and we all went out for a meal. We went to Prezzo's, it's a really nice Italian place. For all those people interested, I had the bruschetta and the spaghetti carbonara, which was gorgeous. After that, Sarah and my godson's auntie Mandy took me to a bar to have a couple of crunchy shots, which they weren't actually made of crunchy, but they really tasted like it and they were very yummy. I could have had a few more of those, but alas, I had to leave and I had to get to the train station an hour early because of my irrational fear of missing my train. I had to say goodbye to most of the family and head on down to the train station with Sarah and my 2 godsons. As the train was pulling into the platform, I felt happy that I'd been, but also sad that I had to leave. I wasn't the only one who was sad, and Sarah made her feelings known. Once I got on the train and got settled, I put my music in and the hours just seemed to fly by. When the train journey started, it was really light, and by the end of it, it was really dark, and I just knew that I was coming home. That was the end of my trip. As soon as we pulled into Leeds station, it started raining, so yeah, nice welcome home there, thank you Yorkshire. When it was finally time for my stop, I got off the train and walked up the platform, and I saw my dad there who helped me with my suitcase into my car. And we drove home. My mum made me a nice cup of tea when I walked in, and there's nothing better than coming home from a trip and having a nice cup of tea, especially if you're from Yorkshire. And there you are, that is my trip to Edinburgh. Now that wasn't too hard to film, was it, Jenna? Why have you taken so long? And it seems a whole world away, and I miss Sarah so much and my 2 little godsons and all their family, because although I can get them on FaceTime, I appreciate the time I have with them more if I'm actually there with them, if that makes sense, especially because the children are so young. I like to see them grow up. I always enjoy it when I go to Edinburgh, and I always have stories to come home and tell to people, and I enjoy the city as well. It's a lovely city, and especially during the Fringe there's a lot going on, so it's always nice to take in some sights and soak up some of the atmosphere. So I just want to say a big thank you to Sarah, Mandy and all the people who either put me up or I spoke to or I went to see at the festival. You make my festival experience, so thank you very much. I definitely will be going back next year. I can't wait for it. I will be going up to see Sarah in the meantime, but yeah, I definitely want to go again. So yeah, that's the end of my vlog. My first proper vlog, if you don't count the busted thing, because I guess you wouldn't because Shantae was filming. But I was in that, so I'm going to take some of the credit for that. Anyway. If you would like to see Shantae's first Dear Friend style video, you can click over here. And if you'd like to see my response to that, my garbled response with my new camera exactly where I'm sitting right now, then you can click over here. Otherwise, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for being so patient. I know it's been quite a while since I said that I would do this, but it's here. Okay guys, my battery ran out because I'm an idiot and forget to charge my batteries, so I just want to say bye. Thank you for watching the video, and yeah, in the meantime I will see you online. Bye!